So when you think about India's economic powerhouses, which states usually jump to mind? Well, there's a giant in the south that's running like a high-performance engine, quietly powering a huge part of the nation's growth. Today, we're going to pop the hood and take a look at the incredible economic machine that is Tamil Nadu.
Let's just start with one single, powerful number, 9.5%. That is Tamil Nadu's contribution to India's entire GDP. Just let that sink in for a second. One state is generating almost a tenth of the economic output for one of the biggest economies in the world. This isn't just some successful state, it's a foundational pillar of India's economic strength.
So, how in the world does Tamil Nadu create so much value? Well, the secret is right here on this chart. It's all about balance. This place is not a one-trick pony. The services sector, makes up over half the economy, but look at that industrial slice, a super strong 34%. That kind of diversity is what gives it stability and power. It's a well-oiled machine with multiple cylinders firing at once.
To really get how this economic engine works, we're going to break it down piece by piece. First, we'll check out the heavy machinery, its industrial core. Then, we'll move on to the high-tech stuff, its modern circuitry. After that, we'll see what's fueling the growth. And finally, we'll talk about the most important part, the human element, the skilled people who make this whole thing run. Okay, first up, the industrial core. Think of this as the heavy machinery, the raw, brute strength that built Tamil Nadu's reputation as a manufacturing titan. It's literally the foundation that everything else is built on top of.
You've probably heard this nickname before, and for a really good reason. It's not just some catchy phrase they came up with. It's a title that was earned after decades of dominating one of the toughest industries on the entire planet.
And this table just lays it out perfectly. These are the two pillars of that industrial core. On one side, you've got the auto sector, churning out over 30% of India's vehicles, with giants like Hyundai and BMW setting up shop. Then, on the other side, you have textiles, a massive employer for nearly 28% of the country's workforce, making stuff for global brands like Nike and Adidas. It's this amazing mix of high-tech manufacturing and huge-scale employment. But hey, a powerful engine needs way more than just heavy machinery these days. So let's shift gears from the industrial core to the modern circuitry. Because while that traditional industry is the bedrock, Tamil Nadu's future is being built on tech, software, and clean energy. And just like it became the Detroit of India for cars, its capital, Chennai, has earned itself a brand new title for the digital age. This points to a really deep specialty in software as a service, a super cutting-edge, high-value part of the global tech industry. So how did Chennai even get to this point? Well, it's a powerful combo. You've got the infrastructure for one. It's India's third-largest software exporter, with IT parks that pull in giants like Wipro. But the real secret weapon? It's the talent. With nearly 100,000 engineering graduates every single year, there's just this constant river of smart people ready to build the next big thing. That talent pipeline is exactly why this region is a leader in tech. And you can't have modern circuitry without power. But Tamil Nadu isn't just using energy, it's a leader in making it cleanly. A truly mind-blowing 55% of all of India's wind-generated electricity comes from right here. That shows some serious forward thinking, making sure that all this economic growth is powered by a green, sustainable grid. All right, so any great engine needs high-quality fuel to really perform at its best, right? For an economy, that fuel is investment. It's infrastructure, it's all the other dynamic sectors that pump capital and energy right back into the system. And this brings up a huge question. I mean, in a super competitive global market, why are so many international companies choosing to put their money in Tamil Nadu? What's the secret sauce? Well, the answer is pretty clear when you look at the results. Tamil Nadu is one of the top 5 states in India for attracting foreign investment. We're talking over $45 billion flowing in. Now, that doesn't happen by accident. That's the result of stable policies, great infrastructure, and a pro-business environment. Tourism is another massive fuel for this economic engine. And what's really amazing is that Tamil Nadu is the #1 destination for both domestic and foreign tourists. That dual appeal, pulling in nearly a quarter of all Indian tourists, creates this booming tourism sector that supports countless businesses, from the big hotels to the small local shops. Okay, we've seen the hardware, we've seen the software, and we've seen the fuel. But an engine is absolutely nothing without skilled operators. So the final and maybe the most critical piece of Tamil Nadu's success is its people, its human capital. And the foundation for this amazing talent pool is, you guessed it, education. The state has a really high literacy rate, and, this is the key, it's home to 35 of India's top 100 universities. This is what creates that continuous pipeline of skilled labor we were talking about, making sure that as industries change, the workforce is ready to step up.
And here are the actual faces of that talent pipeline. On one side, you have Radha Vembu, a co-founder of the software giant Zoho. She represents that established generation of tech leaders. And on the other, you have Arvind Srinivasan, the young founder of the revolutionary Perplexity AI, who really embodies that next wave of innovation. Both are just perfect examples of what this ecosystem can create.
So let's do a quick recap of this incredible engine. It's the Detroit of India for cars, it's the SaaS capital for tech, it's a textile hub employing a huge chunk of the national workforce, it's the country's leader in wind power, and it's the #1 spot for tourists. I mean, each part is impressive all by itself, but when you put them all together, you get a real economic force.
And that brings us to our final thought. We've seen a state with a remarkably balanced and powerful economic engine, just firing on all cylinders, from heavy industry to cutting-edge AI. So the question I want to leave you with is this. With all these components working so well together, what's the next big thing for Tamil Nadu as it continues to compete not just in India, but on the global stage?